In 2001, 17 software thinkers met at a ski lodge in Utah. They weren't just skiing, they were rewriting the future of software development. I'm Dave and welcome back to Project Management 101. It's great to see you. Today we're diving into Agile, what it is, why it matters and why you need to care about it. As I mentioned at the start, back in 2001, that group of 17 thinkers got together. They represented different types of software development frameworks: Scrum, DSDM, Crystal, Extreme Programming, and many, many more. They came together to find common ground. They all recognised the pain of the documentation-heavy waterfall project approaches. Months and years of hard work ultimately to deliver something the customer didn't actually need anymore. The frustration was real. Teams were working harder than ever, but by the time the product was finished, the world had moved on. Agile was born in response to that pain. The group captured their vision in the Agile Manifesto, which is built on 4 simple but powerful values. The first one is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Ultimately, it's people that solve problems, not the tools, not rigid processes, but people coming together. The second one is working software over comprehensive documentation. Ultimately, a prototype in an end user's hands is far more powerful than a shelf full of documentation specifications. The third one is customer collaboration over contract negotiation. And really the spirit of this is working more closely with the customer to define as you go to build the right thing rather than minutiae detail in a contract. It says this, so you're only getting this. Working together and delivering the thing that we need as we go is far more powerful. And the final one is responding to change over following a plan. Plans are useful, but adaptability is essential, and Agile embraces change rather than resisting it. It's worth noting that with these 4 values, Agile does recognise the importance of the things on the right-hand side of the statements, however it prioritises the things on the left. So, the Agile Manifesto gave us the values, but actually, how do teams put that into practice? How does that come to life every day? In the industry, one framework has risen to the top, and that's the SCRUM Framework. So what is Scrum? Scrum is a lightweight framework for product development. Work is broken into small cycles called sprints, which are usually 2 to 4 weeks long. Teams are cross-functional and self-managing, and they aim to deliver a working thing at the end of each sprint. So that might build on a previous sprint and build towards an ultimate prototype or a goal, but each iteration, so each sprint, they aim to get something working based on that sprint that they can show their customers and gain rapid feedback on. As a framework, it relies on empiricism and iteration. Inspect, adapt and improve continuously. So out of all of the frameworks, why do we think Scrum became so popular? For me, I think it's down to the simplicity in the structure, clear roles, clear events, clear cadence and timings. I also think it helps hold back bureaucracy as long as it's implemented with support across the organisation. I think it drives collaboration with a voice. The ceremonies and the way that we bring the engineering teams together really drive great connectivity if done well and facilitated well by the Scrum Master, which is one of the Scrum role types. I think it allows for great adaptability. The teams can respond to change quickly, but with some boundaries, and working closely with the wider Scrum team, they can really help to pivot and change more appropriately working with the customers. And I think that's really great. I think equally it's got such a dominance in practice. Surveys undertaken and research that I've done show that Scrum is the most widely adopted Agile implementation worldwide. I think it's a little bit like the Goldilocks fairy tale. It's just right. It's not too rigid, and equally it's not too loose. Ultimately, Scrum is probably most popular because it balances it all. It balances the role, it balances a framework of cadence of interactions across a team, it allows for flexibility and adaptability. It's really quick and simple to learn and experiment with, and experiment and inspect and adapt and continuously improve as you go. And I think that's driven it to be one of the world's most widely adopted software engineering methods. Why does it still matter today? 2001 was a long time ago, but in 2025 it's still as relevant today as it was then. Those pain points felt by the software engineers are still frequent as much as we try to move more to agility and using agile practices. It's really hard to keep the customers close for a long period of time, and that buy-in within organisations is quite challenging, and I think it's more relevant today than it was then for industries wider than just software development. I helped a team of retail professionals that were accountable for store fit-outs, working closely with the marketing team to come together using Scrum and Agile practices to drive better synergies between their work. They thrived in that environment, and it was a great implementation of Scrum and Agile outside of the software engineering world. Ultimately, adaptability and human connection are the things that make projects and teams successful, and Agile helps to remind us all of that. So, next time you're managing a project, think back to that ski lodge in Utah. Agile isn't about throwing away discipline, it's about putting people, collaboration, and adaptability at the heart of your work. Like a conductor guiding an orchestra, you don't play every note yourself, but you help to make the music happen. If you've used Agile or Scrum, why don't you share your experience with it in the comments below? I'd love to hear about it. What worked? What didn't work? If you're a waterfall project manager and you're excited by the thought of using Agile, what's the thing that's making you want to use it? Where do you think you can experiment and benefit from it? I'd love to hear that too. Please drop a comment below. I read everyone and I'll respond as soon as possible. Like and subscribe for more practical advice, and share with your friends, colleagues and other project managers or aspiring project managers so they can build the community along with us and start to learn and grow about all the different project management techniques. Drop me a comment below if there's anything in particular you want to learn about, and I'll tailor a session so it helps you. Thanks for watching Project Management 101. From chaos to clarity. Take care.